States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have Mark Thompson, who's acting city manager. Jeff has gone to a power conference out in Seattle with Paducah Power directors. So, okay, Mr. City Clerk, what do I need to say now?
Commissioner Galt has a motion to receive and file the called meeting.
Oh, okay, Commissioner Galt.
I move that the notice of call meeting for Tuesday, June 19th, 2012 be received and filed.
Second.
Okay, questions? Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Galt,
Aye.
Commissioner Watkins,
Aye.
Mayor Paxton.
Aye. The reason I called this special meeting was because sometimes in city government we forget that the public is out there waiting on something, and we just leisurely go about our own little direction, and we maybe don't always think of our constituents. And in this case, our constituents and the citizens of Paducah and McCracken County have been waiting a long time for a dog park. And I thought that we owed it to them to try to get this thing built, since we have the money and we're ready to go to get it built just as soon as we possibly can, and not keep extending this thing out. So I requested this meeting in order to do that. So we have only one item, and that is the introduction of a bid for the dog park. So with that, Commissioner Galt, do you have that?
I do not.
I've got it.
Oh, Commissioner.
Ready for that? Okay. I move that the Board of Commissioners introduce an ordinance entitled, an ordinance accepting the bid of Fleener Brothers, Inc. for the purchase and installation of fencing for Stuart Nelson Dog Park, and authorizing the mayor to execute a contract for same. This ordinance is summarized as follows. The City of Paducah accepts the bid of Fleener Brothers, Inc. in an amount not to exceed $38,000 for the purchase and installation of fencing for Stuart Nelson Dog Park.
Second.
Okay, Mark, what do we have?
Mayor, we took bids last week and opened them on Monday of this week, and came through with 4 qualified bidders for the dog park fencing. While most of the bids came in within an amount that we could handle, there was a significantly less amount for the bid of Fleener Brothers, and if you will notice, the prime choice for us is vinyl fencing on this, a 4-foot vinyl fencing, and their per linear foot price is $4.67 per linear foot cheaper than the closest local bidder. And when you're multiplying that out by 16 or 1,700 feet, that is a pretty good amount. So we will be able to do everything we want as far as fencing goes within the budgeted amount that we have with this bid.
And you've talked to Fleener,
Yes.
And you've looked at the product.
Yes.
And we're talking about same type of product.
All of them had the exact same specifications. This is our bid spec package, and all of them have the same bid specs, and it is all highway level fencing. That's the Department of Transportation approved fencing. So that's where we're going with it.
And so we're going to build 2 parks, one for the larger dogs and one for the small dogs.
There are 2 large areas. One, yes, exactly, small dog and large dog area, and it will have water amenities, so they'll be able to drink and have those types of things. And there'll be shelters in each side of the facility.
You all have seen the plans.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions, Commissioner Galt, on this?
No, I called Mark earlier and asked a question about, of course, we had local people that bid and what the difference actually was, and Mark addressed that. And again, he just spoke about that, and that was my only question.
Where's Fleener Brothers located at?
Litchfield.
Litchfield. Okay, they are. At least they're Kentuckians.
Yes, they are. They are.
Well, I believe in buying local, but Kentucky's local, and there is a significant. We got to be prudent with taxpayers' dollars.
Right.
Well, and they were all responsive, and they're all quality bidders. And so, with that being in mind, we're fortunate that we got a good bid at this point. We could have, others were acceptable, but this came in so much different that we couldn't touch it.
So, are we closing the road?
No, we're not.
We're not closing.
We're not closing.
That was the final deal. So we're not closing the road. And there was some question about if you've got two dogs, a big dog and a little dog, and what do you do? You're supposed to look after both of them. How's that work?
Well, if you've got two dogs, you'll choose which one to go to. That'll accommodate both of them. The larger dog, you can go with a smaller dog, but you just have to, be able to you have to be inside the enclosed area with their leashes available, so you can get them as necessary. You have to control your dogs.
Okay, so a little dog can go into the big dog park, and a big dog can go into the little dog park.
If the big dog is controlled and behaves, then yes, the big dog can go. But if they don't, then of course any dog that doesn't behave, you need to take it home.
Yeah. Questions?
At what date will people be ready to utilize?
The exact date I cannot give you. We are looking at, we gave a 3-week period after we give the notice to go proceed. That notice to proceed will probably go out, we'll have our next commission meeting. It'll be on the reading there. We've got a couple of things that we have to do internally with the drainage, which are very small, which will take a week or so. And we've got to cut down one tree. And from that point, we'll be able to give them the notice to proceed at the end of the month.
Be sometime this summer then.
So we're talking about July. We should be done hopefully by the end of July.
Oh, that'd be
By
great.
the end of July.
Yep.
So we can't do anything on the drainage until
They're going to start doing that.
Okay, good.
Right.
Good. That should help.
Right.
But we'll
One
have
tree we have
dogs
to-
in the park by the middle of August for sure.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Worst case scenario.
Right.
Yeah, I would think so.
We gave them a 3-week once we give them notice to proceed. So if I gave them a notice on July 4th, before the end of July, we should be ready.
I mean, this is prime dog park weather, and so we want
At least the evenings are. Right now, daytime.
Yeah, maybe a
not
little
prime
more.
for many.
Yeah. All right, this is exciting, Mark. You've done a good job on this, and I think we're going to have a good product, and I think Stuart Nelson Park is the ideal place to have it. And so I'm excited about this, and I hope the residents of Paducah will be excited. So, all right, no further questions?
No, sir.
Madam Clerk? Oh, sorry, we don't vote on this. This is an introduction. Now, we are having a meeting next Tuesday?
Yes, 5:30.
Good. Okay. All right, now let's see here. We're not having a city manager's report unless you have anything you would like to say. Any commissioner comments?
I just, like everybody, we're all excited about this. I remember a young lady calling, and then she went online to see what kind of interest there was, and I think she stopped with over 800 signatures of people who had said, I want a dog park.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be extremely popular, and I hope people will utilize it, and particularly take their dogs there and let them run, and not around town or in the county where it's not so safe.
Right.
So I hope people will utilize the dog park.
Mayor, there are two other things, if I may.
Sure.
One, we'll hope that people will clean up after themselves when just be fair that they leave no trace, kind of like we do on the Greenway Trail.
There'll be directions out there, right?
There will be rules and that sort of thing. But the other point that I failed to make earlier is that we've had 85 people, different folks that have made contributions to this park also.
That's great.
Yeah, that's an important thing for the public to know, is that it was a match.
Mm-hmm.
The private sector is paying half, and the public sector is paying half. So we're doing it the same way we did the skateboard park.
Boundless Playground.
Yeah, the playgrounds. So it's a good good way to do it, and so I'm tickled to death that we can get this thing built. So
Mark, tell the public how big this. I mean, this is a huge area.
We've got about 7 acres that we're dividing up between the two parks.
That's a lot of territory, so there'll be plenty of room.
Mark, will there be bags, biodegradable bags to use for cleanup?
We're debating that because we will have garbage cans there, but most people do bring their own, but it's one of those types of situations that we have them that they're not there or they run out or something like that. We don't get those. It makes things a little more difficult, but right now we're kind of debating that because there's pluses and minuses with having that there. We just hope that people will make sure that they are able to take care of their own, whether we have that or not. We will have garbage cans there, though.
We're going to have a Jiffy John. I mean, not for the dogs, but for the humans. Unless you have a specifically trained dog.
We will have there will be portalettes over there, yes.
yeah, there are now.
Yeah.
Are there all?
There are
In the
now.
park, yeah.
And the beauty,
We'll have some closer for that.
The beauty of this is that you can take your dog for a walk, and then hang around and let them play in the
the leash,
playground.
yeah.
Yeah. So you can get a little exercise, and they can play with their buddies, and just have a big time.
It's a social atmosphere.
Social atmosphere over there. It's quality of life, right?
There you go.
Good. Okay, no further, public's not here, so there's no public comments, there's no executive session. You're not a public, you're an employee. Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you all very much for making the effort to get
Yes,
down
sir.
here.
Thank you.
Thank you.